Yes, and welcome back to a new YouTube video. Once again, I will be going over the results of the past month, and in this case it's November. November, of course, is all about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and a lot of other events. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a live ad account, Shopify dashboard, and a lot of other different things to basically give you an overview about how our Black Friday went this year. So as you can see, I've pulled up, as usual, a Facebook report. This is a report of all our clients combined, and it basically sums up the amount of money that we have spent in, 1 month. So basically this is November, as you can see here on the top right. And when I refresh this page, you can see that we have spent almost 1.5 million with an average ROAS of 3.9 and generated 5.5 million euros in purchase conversion value. Of course, this is a month where everybody is spending a lot more money on ads to make more revenue, profits, and everything for their brand. And in this case, I'm going to cover a few parts of what we have noticed, and I'm also going to show you some tips and tricks we used in order to scale up our clients. So what worked during Black Friday is by far the best thing is killer offers. Of course, this is logic to most people, but I saw a lot of people not offering any special discounts or not really putting in effort. And if you're not doing it these days, then you're really left behind, so to say. Then of course you need eye-popping content, because visuals, basic visuals just don't cut it anymore. You wanted to have your content prepared in advance for Black Friday. It's not going to work if you deliver or create something 2 to 3 days before your offer goes live. You need to really pay attention to this and just see what works and what has been working in your ad account. So that's the two biggest things we have noticed. Then of course everything else comes into play as well. For example, everything needs to be in check nowadays. So back in the days, you could have had a shitty website and you basically didn't care about your organic content as much. But nowadays you have to have everything in place. You have to have your reviews in place. Your Shopify needs to be optimized for conversions. Your email flows needs to be correct. Your offers needs to be solid, and your content as well, like what we just touched on already. So that's the main thing we have noticed. You just want to have everything in check. You can't leave anything behind, because that's going to kill your overall results in the end. Then, before I'm going to dive into the ad accounts, I just wanted to quickly touch on another thing, surf scaling. What we have noticed during Black Friday and with other days in the year as well, it doesn't necessarily necessarily have to be like events or anything else. If you see the performance is good, because some days it's better than other days. Some days you have very low CPMs, your conversion rate is sky high, and then you can decide to surf scale. Surf scale, really basically said, is like increasing your budget every 1 to 2 hours, and that's what we have done with Black Friday and also Cyber Monday as well. And what you basically have to do is you have to watch your ads 24/7. We do that for our clients. So we basically were in the ads manager 24/7. We always work a lot in the ad accounts, but these days it's just like 12 to 15 to 16 hour days. Just watching the ad account, see where we can scale, see how much potential we can get out of the ad account, so to say. So that's what we have done, and basically said it's increasing your budget every 1 to 2 hours if it's profitable. We look at different metrics. We use software such as Triple Whale for this as well, to see if it's still accurate, to see if the data that comes in is real time. So there comes a lot of there's a lot of things into play in order to make surf scaling efficient and also profitable, because you can basically increase your budget every 1 to 2 hours, but if you're not profitable, you definitely don't want to do that. And that's also a nice thing where we can touch on now is, for example, this client. We took over this client in October, and of course November is a really big month, but as you can see, they were basically hanging around the 20K mark. And in October, we mid-October we took over the ads, then we increased it to 30K, so not a lot of increase in revenue. And then you see that we have jumped to 130K, and in December we still were managed to do 100K plus. So you can see how fast things can go if the performance is there. And then to quickly touch on that surf skating thing I just said, this is the ad account of this client in November. So you can see that we have spent 35K in ads, almost generated the 100K in purchase converting value with a 2.7 ROAS. When we look at the surf skill campaign, this is the one here. In this case, we just use an Advantage Plus campaign for this. You can have a lot of different setups. We use a lot of different setups as well. Sometimes it's very complicated. Sometimes it's even 5-6 campaigns we surf skill. But I will touch on that in another video later. But basically what we did here is I just wanted to quickly show you how you can increase it yourself. Is when we look, for example, at the 27th, so the Wednesday before the Black Friday itself, we were already live with the offer, but you can see that the spend on this campaign was 100 a day. Then on the 28th, it's 160. Then on the 29th, so Black Friday itself, we started seeing that the conversion rate was really good and that people were buying like crazy. So what we did, as you can see here, we increased the spend to 1,400 a day, almost 1,500. You can see that the ROAS is still good. So you can see that only in this campaign, we made like 4K. And in the total account, you can see that we generated 10K in just one day with only Facebook ads. They do a lot of email and other platforms as well. But that's really nice to see. Also, when you look at the next day, Saturday, you can see that we have even increased the spend a lot more. So 2.6K, and then on the Sunday we scaled a little bit down because we didn't like really see a lot of growth anymore. So we decided to scale down with 500 euros, and then a day later we decided to scale down even further. So you can really see that like going hardcore in your ad account makes a real difference. So if you're not doing this and if you never have done this before, you're losing a lot of potential. So definitely do this when you're running ads. Then for this client, we had a really big month as well. So we spent 150 on ads in just 1 month, as you can see here on the top right. And we generated 413K with an average ROAS of 2.7. And I'm also going to quickly touch on their Triple Whale dashboard. And if you don't know Triple, it basically combines every channel you have, and it also calculates your profit margin. So you fill in your shipping cost, your purchasing cost, and anything else. And it basically sums up the net profit you make from your ads as well. And for this client, we spent 165 on ads, and generated them 460K almost, with a net profit of 112K. That's 24%, so that's really nice. And that's an amazing result for this client as well. And we also surf scale a lot for this client on the day itself. We had some really nice days. For example, here on the 29th, you can see that we made 40K in just one day. And and not to mention that they just came from only 40K a month 6 months earlier. So we took over this account in May, and in May they were just doing 40K a month, and now we did 40K in just one day, which is absolutely crazy. Then another client, this client is running ads with us for a long time. When I refresh the page, you can see that we spent 40K on ads in November. And we generated them 420K, which is absolutely crazy. Insane high ROAS of 10.5. And this is actually the right amount of data. So this is actually good data in the ad account. When we look, for example, at their Shopify dashboard, you can see that we hit almost 1 million without returns, or with returns, sorry. When we look at the data without returns, you can see that we crossed the 1 million mark. So we increased their revenue by 27% compared to October. So it's 1.2 million almost for this client in just 1 month, which is crazy. And also to see the growth we have made in the past year is even more crazy. So yeah, that's basically the clients we have helped and the things we saw in November. So if you want to have more information about how we run ads, just click the link below, and hopefully see you in the next video.